What's up, y'all? Noah here. Today I wanted to give you my review of The Penguin Episode 1. I think this show is one of the best shows of all time. Not just comic book shows of all time. Yes, I'm saying that only after watching an hour and 5 minutes of this show, but if you guys know how much I love Matt Reeves' universe and Matt Reeves' take on Batman and his rogues gallery and his characters and stuff like that. Um, you guys know this show has been my most anticipated show of the year. So Colin Farrell, he's gonna win an Emmy, bro. He's got to win an Emmy for his performance in just the first episode. You see the penguin that wants to get to the top. You see the penguin trying to be friends with people. You see all different sides of penguin. And this is only episode 1 of 8, people. 1 of 8. Right? So you see excuse me. You see Oz. So how it picks up too. This takes place, it picks up right after the Batman movie. So you remember the shot in the Batman where Oz is looking out the window? That's where it picks up, and then it flash forwards a week later. So it takes place a week after, like, the Riddler, Batman stopped the Riddler attack, right? And, after Oz or the Penguin killed uh, Carmine Falcone, right? So he sees an opening for a power, like he sees the vacuum is starting, right? And he wants to take that vacuum and become the kingpin of crime. I think that's where the show's gonna end up. Now, I don't want to give you guys spoilers because I really, really, really want to watch this show. But my favorite scene is probably the first 10 minutes, or the very end of the episode, or just the character building of Oz and Victor. Now, Victor is like his Robin. Like if Colin Farrell's Oz is like the Batman in this show, then Victor's like his Robin, right? So he finds Victor trying to steal the caps off his car. Very Jason Todd-esque, but it's not Jason Todd. Um, and he he sees something in the kid because if you guys don't know, in this take on the Batman universe and Matt Reeves universe, Penguin has uh, clubbed foot, right? And Victor has a stutter, so he sees that uh, similarity in them, in both of them, Oz and Victor, and he's like, uh, I could just turn around and take you out, but you can come with me. But if you screw me, then you're done. Basically, that's what he says to Victor. So Victor looks up to Oz, kind of, and they did change his name. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. This is gonna be a long video, guys, because I love this show, and it's only the first episode. So, we, we, it basically follows Oz trying to get power, throughout the, crime families, right? And the episode basically ends with Sophia Falcone is, if you've read Batman Dark Victory and Batman Long Halloween, you know who Sophia Falcone is. If you don't, she's Carmine Falcone's daughter, but she has a crazy side to her. Like, crazy side. And it turns out that... Oh, I can't give you guys spoilers. This is hard. But something that Oz does gets... or I don't want to give you guys spoilers. Something that Oz does gets Sophia very angry. And he's trying to balance that line, right, between the family of the Falcones, the Maroni family, which we'll get to in a minute, and the not pissing Sophia off, right? So, the end of the... okay, screw it. I am doing spoilers in this. The end of it... So, the person that makes Sophia very angry at Oz, that she thinks he did do it, but she thinks it's somebody else by the end of the episode. Oz takes out Carmine's son, Sophia's brother, right? And by accident. Well, not by accident, because if you guys have seen the Batman, you know that this version of Oz does not like to be laughed at, does not like to be made fun of. That's with every iteration of Penguin, but especially not this one. So he basically takes him out by accident. He's like, what am I gonna do? And then the first episode is him starting to build a plan of how he's gonna become the kingpin of crime, which again, that's where I think it's gonna end this series, which I hope gets a season 2. I know I haven't seen where this series goes, but bro, this is one of the best shows of all time. Not just the best comic book shows of all time, one of the best shows of all time. So now, to put my Fury hat on, I think they tipped their hat on who the villains are. Villains are in the Batman 2, I think. So, if you guys didn't know, they changed Oswald Cobblepot, since this is a more realistic take on Batman and stuff. He still has the gadgets and stuff, but it's more like a realistic take. They changed his name to Oz Cobb. And if you guys don't know the Court of the Owls comics, the Talon, the leader, I mean, not the leader of the Court of Owls, but the mercenary that the Court of Owls has, and Dick Grayson's grandfather is named William Cobb. So that's very interesting, right? Now, that's the only breadcrumb we have at the moment. But I'm like, if they do the Court of Owls, I will lose my mind. Because if you guys don't know, that's one of my favorite Batman villains ever. I think Scott Snyder is one of the greatest writers that has ever touched a Batman story. So, yeah, like, that to me is... If they do that... I already loved the Batman, and I love this show. But if they do that, I will be very happy. Let's just put it that way. So let me tell you the ending of the episode, and then I'll give you my why you should watch this show. Right? The ending of this episode is Sophia. Sophia thinks that she almost catches Oz because Oz took out her brother at the beginning, right? And so she has Oz kidnapped and she's starting to interrogate him. But Oz and Victor hatched a plan to show Sophia who she's messing with. Or, yeah, so Oz, before Oz gets kidnapped, Oz goes to Salva, Salvatore Maroni's prison cell, and he's talking to Salvatore Maroni and trying to get Salvatore on his side. But if you guys couldn't tell, he's playing families, right? So he's trying to play both sides. So he's playing Salvatore Maroni over here, and the Falcones over here, right? And so he goes to talk to Salvatore Maroni, and he's like, I'll work with you to get your power back. Because if you guys don't know, and Salvatore doesn't really like Oz very much, or hates him, because Oz is the reason why he's in jail, right? Same thing with Sophia, actually. That's why it's kind of like, where you can kind of see the chemistry between Colin Farrell and Christian Moriarty. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And you can see that chemistry, but you know Oz did something to put her in Arkham, right? So why Salvatore hates him is because when Salvatore went away, Carmine took all Salvatore's power and basically took his ring that he wore and was wearing it, right? When Oz takes out the brother, right, of Sophia and Carmine's son, he goes to Salvatore, and is like, he's walking away after talking to him, and he's like, because Salvatore says, no, let me think on it, and stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, he throws Salvatore's ring back at him, and Salvatore's like, how did you get this? And then Salvatore kind of figures out that what Oz did at the beginning of the episode, what I told you guys. And he's like, oh, he's trying to play me, I think. Because not Oz. Oz is very smart, but also Salvatore is very smart. So the ending of this episode, Oz is getting interrogated by Sophia and her henchmen, right? Victor comes driving in with a car, right? Now, you don't know this until they tell you afterwards, but Victor has the body of Sophia's brother in the trunk. So he drives the car, and Sophia opens it, you hear her scream, and then you hear Victor and Oz get away. And then I think there's gonna be a and then Sophia thinks it's Salvatore that killed her brother, when it was actually Oz. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be like a mob style of Game of Thrones. And what I mean by that is Oz trying to play all the different mob families, and like the Falcones, the Maronis, the until he becomes the kingpin of power. So, again, sorry for the long video, but this is the best, one of the best shows of all time. And yes, I'm saying that with only one episode. Right? So why you should watch this show? Well, if you like the Batman and Sopranos and Scarface and movies like that, you should watch this show just because it's a great mob show. If you like the Batman and the Batman mythology and what Matt Reeves did with the Batman, like I did, you should watch this show even more because I think, again, Colin Farrell and Christian Moriarty are going to win Best Actor for Colin Farrell and Best Supporting Actress for Christian Moriarty. So I think they're both gonna win Emmys for this. I think this is one of the best shows that I have seen in the last decade. I'm gonna be reviewing this show episode by episode, and yeah, why I haven't been here, guys, for the last few days is I've been getting over another cold. I'm pretty much over it now, but that's why in this video like a few times you've heard me cough because I'm still trying to get over it, but I pretty much feel I pretty much feel better, good enough to record. So sorry for the break. Sorry for the long video again. I just needed to tell you guys about this dope show. If you guys have seen The Penguin and you guys like this style of content, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.